Hello, and welcome to a Fallout 76 episode. Today we're going to continue our journey to join the Enclave. The quest is called One of Us, and we can now enter the White Spring Bunker. It is nearby the White Spring Resort Hotel. Now, you could get this far before, but you couldn't get through the laser gate. But since we completed the previous quest, we have Sam Blackwell's Congressional ID card. So let's head on in and see what awaits us beneath the White Spring Resort. Now, this video is over an hour long, so feel free to fast forward ahead to find out what's really under the White Spring.
Access granted. Welcome, Senator Blackwell.
What do we have here? No glaring mutations. Radiation exposure present, but recent. And brave enough to have found Sam Blackwell and come here anyway. You Boldstock are an impetuous bunch, aren't you? Impetuous we can use. Please, come inside. Welcome to the White Spring Bunker. Take a look around. We've taken great efforts to restore this place to its former glory. Whenever you're ready, please proceed inside.
But first, I have to take a selfie. This place looks amazing. I really like the design. I'm finally getting used to how to use this photo mode. I'm having a blast. I think it's one of the best features of the game.
Formalities before we proceed. This may sting.
Decontamination complete.
Now, we require a photograph for our records. Simply press the button when you're ready. We thought we'd seen that brow before. The spitting image of one of Washington's greatest cousins. And done. We've made you a little present. Please, step over to the dispenser.
So our gift is a forest
Just a little
operative
taste of what we
under
do
armor.
here.
I have yet to
To see
equip it.
more,
I have to
please
find time to
come
do that to
downstairs
see
so we
what
can
the specs
become
are on it.
better acquainted.
Looks pretty cool though.
Ah, there you are. Welcome. We are Modus, the final member of an assembly of the greatest minds ever gathered on American soil. We called ourselves the Enclave. Our members were once the puppet masters of the United States, quietly pulling strings at every level of power in the nation. It was once our solemn personal duty to attend to the needs of the Enclave members that called this place home. But our earlier residents suffered from conflicts of vision. Conflicts that claimed a few of our more critical systems and permanently disfigured our shining personality. Most critically, their squabbling has forced us to seek out men and women who can do what we no longer can. Display your utility to us, and perhaps we'll allow you to join our little enclave and allow you access to all this place is capable of. If you believe you might suit our needs, please continue down the stairs. And do help yourself to some refreshments along the way. You must be famished. There is much this facility can provide, if you prove your worth to us. Please, help yourself to something from the dispensers. Once you're sated, proceed down the hall.
And so we find that the Enclave were a select group of very powerful individuals influencing the United States government. They built this facility beneath the White Spring Resort. And now we have partial access to it, probably after a few fetch quests. It looks like there was a lot of squabbling between the members, and no physical members actually exist anymore, except for creepy Modus. It's pretty creepy. And here's our first look inside the command center. Actually looks like a Star Trek bridge. It's pretty cool.
discounted presidents, members of the Joint Chiefs, and prize-winning scientists among our membership. Before you're allowed to join such lofty ranks, we'd like you to take a brief questionnaire to see if you possess the knowledge and character we value in our members. Of course, if you feel your strengths are more tangible in nature, you may approach our terminal to continue on to the next section of the evaluation.
Since I already had the military ID, I decided to just enroll as a military member. Lots of choices. I picked the best. Yep, I'm Elvis Presley. And I actually got this wrong. My apologies. Abraham Lincoln is still my favorite president, but the answer is Ulysses S. Grant. And I have no idea if I got this one right or not. They just passed all of us anyways. So pick whatever you like. This one I just guessed at.
Interesting. Why don't you step over to our terminal and we can discuss your results? We presume you're with a friend. We're not usually ones to permit trespassers. It seems your exam results were... Well, the examination isn't required for a reason. Luckily, there is still one way you might be able to display your worth to us. Some of our most precious external connections were damaged by our former residents' squabbles, which has made our forays into the outside world trying. But we have developed a plan for re-solidifying them. A plan you might help us see to fruition. Please, approach the dispenser. That tape is the first step in our restoration. We would have you take it to an old naval surveillance facility known as Sugar Grove. Plugging it into any terminal in their signal intelligence room will allow us to connect to their formidable network and sniff out a piece of archive technology that was burned from our memory banks. Now, it is likely the facility will react to our intrusion, but we trust you will find a way to overcome it. Consider it a test of your resourcefulness. It's time for us to see what you are capable of.
The location Modus sends us to is called Sugar Grove. It's a signal intelligence headquarters. Near the array and south of Hawk's Refuge. Be prepared for lots of Robo-Brains, Mr. Handies, and let's throw an Assaultron in to make it fun. And she spends most of her time in stealth mode. So this facility was a United States Navy listening facility, i.e. spying. There's a little outbuilding that has a nice little symbol on the side. This guy packed a wallop. He's also legendary.
Much to do.
He took me out with a few swipes. The excavator power armor has a very, very dim headlamp, so I primarily just run around in body armor and use my Pip-Boy for lighting. But this time going back, I just want to get it done, so let's just hop in our power armor and head on in again.
This is one thing you more than me. You truly inspire me. calculate your chance of success to be, well, I'm a much better tactician than you. It's all in the brain, you see.
Intruder, identify yourself.
It's all over.
Continued resistance is unlawful. Threat detected. Kill. Kill. Don't let the alluring voice fool you. I'm a lethal killing machine.
Is that someone who needs me to kick their ass? Another glorious day in the U.S. Army.
So I quickly read through the stored documents on the computer, and now it's time for the most important part. You must load the holotape. It's in your inventory, and you can access it through your Pip-Boy or this wonderful terminal. And I have so many holotapes, it took a while to get down to the correct one. And that's never good. Intrusion detected. Moving item 8812 to dispenser. Deploying automated response team. Let's get out of here. First we have to find where they have the data machine.
made my day! Open fire!
Don't let the alluring voice fool you. I'm a lethal killing machine.
Now that we have the tape, we can head back to the White Spring bunker and give it to Modus.
Back at last. We've been enjoying the connection you've helped us establish immensely. Bring the instructions downstairs, would you? Please, deposit the instructions in the collector against the far wall. Ah, yes. This should only take a moment. There. Please, step over to the dispenser. Those who came before you butchered our external connection hardware, scrambling the link between us and our closest and dearest system. The Kovac Muldoon orbital platform. An ever-watching eye, trained on Appalachia. In order to secure our connection once and for all, we'll need you to perform one last errand. Our records show several facilities in the region with uplink systems which that device should be capable of overriding. Simply plug the device into the console we've designated, and our modifications should give us the crystal clear connection we've missed for so long. Those standing well back is advised.
actually had to be outside the bunker so I could pick up where the location was. The National Radio Astronomy Research Center, where we must deploy the uplink there.
Warm.
Just make your way up to the roof after you kind of dispose of all these scorched. I cut all that out, so just make your way to the rooftop. Just follow the staircase. Okay, here we are finally on the rooftop where we can input the data device uplink.
Yes. At last. Signal received. What? What are those things? They appear to be everywhere. We suppose we understand now why it is you wanted to join us. Speaking of which, you've kept your end of the bargain. Let us fulfill ours. We've ordered the Kovac to drop off a little care package. Return once you've collected its contents.
So let's follow the quest marker and see what the Kovac has dropped us.
your faculties would be capable of serving our interests. Consider us pleasantly surprised. Now, as a new member, we may call on you from time to time. You, of course, will be compensated for such efforts. We'll be sure to have a disbursement of whatever it is being used for currency up there these days credited to your account. Otherwise, you're now free to explore the bunker. Our production center has a variety of goods available for purchase, as do our medical bay and science wing. And given the state of things above, you may find our military wing of particular interest, though full access will require a bit of self-promotion. But we needn't keep you any longer. Welcome, member, to our little enclave.
And so completes the quest One of Us, and we receive a wonderful missile launcher called Bunker Buster. And the first thing I'm going to do with that is upgrade it to a quad launcher. You can pick up the mod pretty much at any of the vendors I've found. And now we must complete a series of tasks in the next quest called Officer on Deck. But first, let's get a complete tour of the facility.
Member is cleared for this portion of the facility. Please, make yourself at home.
Back at long last. proper clearance. Disappointingly, however, the military clearance systems were specifically never integrated with our own. An egregious insult, in our opinion. This means, unfortunately, that to gain access to these lovely tools, you'll need to earn your clearance by attaining the rank of General. You'll need to register with the bunker's promotion system. It will track your actions via the KOVAC and issue commendations for acts it deems of merit. Accumulate enough and you'll be promoted to the rank of General and granted access to the region's nuclear silos. And while we're unable to promote you directly, we can help. The facility had an old military operations system we managed to get our claws into. Using this system, we can now issue commendations of our own. If you help us, that is. All you need to do now is access any of the military systems terminals against the back wall to start your rise through the ranks.
Promotion system engaged. Welcome, Private. Accessing bunker records for previously completed support operations. No records of support operations found. System requires additional commendations. Valid acts include target elimination operations, bunker support operations. Completion of tasks will result in immediate issuing of commendations. Good hunting.
And through the various tasks and commendations, we can finally become a general. And when we become a general, we can finally enter the command wing. And from there, launch a nuclear strike. But for now, it remains locked.
I'd be hurt if that were still among our emotional repertoire.
Attempting to generate new recipe. Maple mole bread. All medical ailments will be documented by the facility. Everything for what ails you.
We believe the mutation serums available inside mimic those found out in nature. Well, hello. Welcome to the medical bay. Is there something ailing you? We should have just what you need. Sanitation of this wing is an ongoing process. The risk of residual infection is zero. Almost. Hello, member, and welcome to the bunker's science wing. In this space, great minds once tinkered with the building blocks of life itself. We have managed to rebuild the fabrication system for one of their more interesting discoveries, the mutation serum. You may peruse our collection within at any of our science terminals. We do ask that you watch your step inside. There was a portion of the wing we were forced to demolish for health purposes. Rest assured, the whole space has been thoroughly sanitized. Several times. Do watch your step. Mutation serums are an engaging bit of science. Harvested from specially preserved tissue samples, they carry with them no adverse effects. Unlike their equivalents found in nature, all the benefits with none of the pain. currently standing in our production facility. Here, we manufacture armaments, tools, rations, everything one might want, before facing the hellscape above.
And so concludes our tour of the White Spring Bunker. We will be returning because we'll be earning commendations so we can obtain the rank of General. It's a bit of a maze down here, but I'm so glad they have all these great signs. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in the wasteland. Now to find my way out of this place.
You're currently standing in our production facility.